Joe Zikas from the Old North Shore, and I'm in the Forest Crest subdivision in Glencoe. I'm on Terrace Court, the subdivision that was built by the architecture firm of Keck and Keck for the developer Harold Friedman. It's about 9.5 acres, subdivided into 22 lots, and all of the homes were built on one of 4 plans that show many of the trademark features of Keck and Keck architecture. Flat roofs, cedar siding originally, brick fireplaces, and probably most unusual, windows that are fixed and not operable. But the ventilation comes from louvers to the side of the windows. The louvers have cabinet-like doors on the inside that open and that provide tremendous ventilation, we hear, throughout the house. The houses were designed on passive solar principles, which was very unusual for the time they were built, the early 1950s. They also had radiant heat in the floors and skylights. We're going to take a walk because there were 22 homes originally in this subdivision. Most of them still remain. They were built on modular principles. At the time they were built, they didn't have the lush vegetation that you see today. And since it was 1952, they didn't have the roar of the 17-year cicadas, which we hear in the background now, along with raft of crickets. Tony Grunsfeld, who's a noted North Shore architect, talks about how unusual it is to be able to walk down A Street and really be in a modernist environment with houses that all illustrated modernist principles. Most of the original 22 homes remain in the subdivision, and at least one writer says that some of the original buyers would have bought 55 years ago still remain in their homes. There have been, because of rising land values, as you can see, several teardowns in the area, and we're looking at one of them right now. Keck and Keck were brothers. George Fred Keck, the elder, was really the design genius behind the home, and his brother William pretty much ran the operations. He joined the firm later on. Some of the homes have one-car garages, some 2. Most of the homes are oriented on an east-west axis to pick up, as you can see, large window walls that allow for passive solar. There are overhanging eaves along the lines of the flat roof line to take maximum advantage of the sun in the wintertime when the sun is low, but also to screen some of the solar gain in the summertime. We're just south of the Lake Cook County dividing line at this point, just east of Green Bay Road. And just east of here is another subdivision. 6 homes and a bridge and some sculpture designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Again, this home illustrates some of the design principles of the Keck homes. Walking around into a small cul-de-sac here. Bordering these homes on the north is the Lakeshore Country Club, so they're in a very quiet, very lush kind of environment. And again, you can see the wall of windows. It's also had the virtue, since they're fixed panes, thermal panes, of being cheap and easy to build. And you can see the brick fireplace protruding from the roof line. A most unusual streetscape. This Keck and Keck home is on the south side of Terrace Court. We're taking a little more extended look at it because it makes it easy for you to see the ventilation louvers flanking the fixed pane windows. And as you look at the sides of the house and the front of the house, it becomes pretty easy to visualize how effective these louvers can be at providing cross ventilation. Again, looking to the west, you're seeing a new home that's been built within the past several years that would have represented a teardown of one of the Keck and Keck houses. George Fred Keck became fairly prominent as a modernist, part of the Chicago Bauhaus School. Designed a famed house for the Century of Progress exhibition in 1934. That something should have merited a lot more attention than it ever received. Another trademark of the Keck homes is post and beam construction. Most of it wood, although steel was occasionally used. And again, you can see here the cedar siding that would have been original on the house, and the brick chimney marking the hearth, flat roof line. You can see protruding this part of the house, a skylight that would probably not have been one of the original skylights because this one is domed. And that's all we have to say about the Kecks today.